heart of Kansas City. We bring you Buk and Bob take on Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Bob.
I'm Buck. We're not fancy analysts.
We have just as many bad takes. What's up, Buck?
Not much, man. It's like I'm giddy because football is back.
I know, dude. It's crazy.
It's like after the Super Bowl, that's the big letdown is that there's no more football for what seems forever.
Yep, I got two fun stories of what happened to me at camp today, but we're going to save them for later. We're going to jump right into talking about football right off the bat, and then we'll get to those kind of as a little anecdote in the middle somewhere. Dude, everybody, okay, I don't get it. So everybody's crapping all over Kingsley Suamataia and Jaden Hicks.
I don't really get that. I listen to the talk radio here in Kansas City a lot, and that is not what I heard there. But I don't get to listen to it all day, every day. I just get snippets here and there. I mean, how can you crap on Hicks at all? He was fantastic. He didn't give up any big plays. All the positive plays for the Cardinals were in the middle, where they were just wide open in the middle. But there were no big plays, and he had a pick.
Dude,
that one doesn't make any sense to me. What was expected of him?
I guess to tackle every single person that he touched, whether he just got a hand on him or whether anything. I guess what
Jeffrey
people
Bossa
expect
was doing that.
I guess what people expect is for Jaden Hicks to tackle everybody. Because, yeah, he missed a couple tackles. But newsflash, the NFL's built for offense. Like, the best Ray Lewis misses tackles back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing to me how people will see, like, one or two plays that are blown and then
base the whole game on that.
To that. And then check it out. Hicks played 32% of the defensive snaps, okay? He played 21 snaps. All right?
Okay.
His stats were shoot. I probably should do this live, but I think I'm hearing your background noise.
Give me a second.
Oh, you got a fan going? Yep. After these difficulties, we'll be right back. This live show, guys. Live show. Yep. That was it.
Is that better?
Yeah, we're gonna get you the
compressor.
The compressor, which also comes with full audio mixing and also comes with a noise gate. So it only pops on, when you're talking, and that kind of like will drum out noise like that.
Background. I got you. Apologies to those listening.
But okay, so stats after playing, he basically played the first quarter, maybe a little bit of the second quarter, but Jaden Hicks had, I cannot find this.
He had one interception, and that's huge for me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that was one of the things missing last year to really help us over the edge.
I mean, he was our number one with 3, and he only played about, I don't know, a fourth of the snaps throughout all the games. He was not in all the time, but he had 2 solo tackles, 1 assisted tackle.
Good.
So 3 combined.
Not great,
he had,
but good.
I mean, for a quarter, that's pretty dang good for a safety. Like, they shouldn't be getting past your linebackers. You know what I mean? Like, if we want to dog on some of the play, we could dog on some of the linebacking play throughout the game. Like, that's what we dogged on after the game.
Yep.
But, okay, and he had an interception and a pass deflection. Like, he played phenomenal. I even talked to one of the coaches today in person, and we talked about how good he looked. And then, but people just expect defense, like the game's built for defense to lose. You have to understand that. I mean, he had a great push out, that would have been a catch, and 10 years ago would have been a penalty. Remember when they outlawed that and then brought it back in law?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's up, Gary?
What's up, Gary?
Thank you so much.
It.
Thank you so much. But yeah, everybody just seems to expect like defensive players to never whiff. I mean, they're going to whiff. You point out the best players, and they're going to whiff. Like especially ones that get interceptions. Normally, that's kind of like a scale, right? Like, McDuffie's lock, right? Lock down, but he don't get a lot of picks. You add picks in, and usually that means more burnt assignments. It kind of, we don't really usually ever see a ball hawk that's also an amazing lockdown, coverage guy, because they're giving up that coverage to ball hawk, and so you don't generally see that. But I just couldn't believe the amount of people, and I only saw one bad play where he really whiffed. It's 1 out of 21.
We're talking about his first year as a starter. He's probably going to be a starter. We're not 100% sure, but he's definitely making this team. And again, I've said this 100 times, if not 1,000. Spags defenses start off the season slow. We see a lot more mistakes in the earlier part of the season than we will in the later part of the season. That's just the complications that come with running with a Spags defense. I don't expect perfection out of Hicks. I didn't expect a pick out of Hicks. I think you take that pick away, and he still had a really good game. But you add that pick in there, that's something that this team has been missing for a long time. And I'm super stoked about it. He will catch the ball. He showed it, like you said, he had 3 last year. He's already got 1 in 1 game this preseason. I could not be happier with his performance. Like you said, everybody's going to make a mistake. One bad play in one preseason game does not scare me. It does not intimidate me, doesn't worry me in the least. I'm excited. I'm nothing but excited and stoked for this year with Hicks. I think he's going to show the NFL what he's really made of, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. But it won't be us.
Yep. And, pushed out of bounds. That was a great, like out of bounds push that he did. Like the 2 solo tackles that he had were great, but everybody, I just don't. I wish people could explain it to me. And then Suamataia, dude, he had like okay, he wasn't phenomenal, but he wasn't bad. And everybody's taking. So I was watching our good buddies all chiefed up. I was watching their podcast, and they think that everybody's dogging him because of one play. And I tend to agree with them. I think they were wrong about something, though.
But again, we're talking about one play.
How do you spell yeah. So
just Kingsley would probably work.
So, no, they were right about this too. Like, he was only in for 11 plays, okay? And one play he got blown up, right? He was gonna help double team somebody, and then he realized he had to pick up a blitzer. He picks up the blitzer, but then you see that he's kind of gotten bunched up with Creed, and Creed's leg goes out, his left leg goes out backwards. Suamataia trips over backwards on it, and it looks like Kingsley just got pancaked. But really, he just got tripped. And everybody's like, oh, it's a bust. And it's just like, dude, the other 10 plays looked fine.
But here's the big difference that people aren't taking into account with Kingsley here. They're comparing Kingsley in that game versus Kingsley of last year playing left tackle. And as you've talked about many times, the left tackle is really left out on an island in this scheme, right? Mm-hmm. That's not what he'll be doing as a guard. He'll be playing right alongside Creed and Smith on the other side. They are going to work as a unit. They're going to get more comfortable with each other. They're going to get to know each other.
Take time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a growing process. That's just the nature of it. And if we had one bad play it wasn't even a pancake like it looked, like you said, again, I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. We were all concerned last year about the left tackle, and rightly so. But as the guard, I'm not concerned. And we got backups to put in there if he does catastrophically fail. But I don't see that.
Yeah, Jaylen Moore could come in, and looks like he can play all the stuff, But hopefully we give Kingsley more of an opportunity. We bench him again, man, and we might have just lost out on a second-round pick. Like, his confidence is, he's back. I saw him in practice today, and, they had some of the music on, and Kingsley was big boy dancing, and only like two other of the guys had the balls to do it, or just, wanted to do it. Maybe people don't feel the need to dance like I do, but I was in the stands like, you got to stop moving. You can't record like this. But yeah, I mean, he looks like he's confident, he's feeling good. He's been, every time somebody's yelled his name from the fans, like he comes over and he's like, okay, and he comes over and signs autographs. Like, he looks in good spirits. I hope they keep him there and let him, go. And I was talking to Matt Derrick today. I got to meet Matt finally. The last day of camp. I've been trying to meet Matt Derrick all camp, and I didn't want to be a weirdo that just kept hanging around the media area.
But today you just couldn't stop yourself.
So today I was totally that guy. Right?
You were like, screw it, I'm going full weirdo mode.
Yep. And then Nick Jacobs was up there, and he always seems so upset on the podcast and so short, and like he wouldn't want to talk to me at all, but he was just the nicest dude. He was the nicest dude in person. And I was just like, well, I wasn't expecting that. But he called Matt and found out Matt was running late, and so said he was going to be there shortly. And so that was nice of him. So I got to meet him too. But
that's really cool.
Yeah, I got to talk to Matt Derrick, and Matt and I were talking about it. And Kingsley being benched, he also is in the camp that believes that was three-peat behavior, along with a lot of the off-season moves. Like, we talked about getting Hopkins, and he was like, I don't think that ever would have happened in a non-three-peat year. And, that's what I was saying all through last year. Is like, these choices are out of character. It's got to be just because of the three-peat. Like, that's got to be adding extra stress to get things done. And I'm sure it was. I mean, it would have put us in the history books even more so than we are right now, It's weird to say that, because remember back in the day, we used to tell people, dude, we're a storied franchise. And they're like, yeah, right, you're the Chiefs. It's like, dude, our owner made up the Super Bowl name. Like, the AFC trophy's named after us, and they're like, "Oh, that's who that's named after." Huh? Interesting. I mean,
now everybody knows.
We couldn't get anybody to believe that we were a storied part of the NFL.
Put some respect on our name.
Yep. Ooh, you just blew out your mic there.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It's not going to be a problem next week. Yeah. Thanks to helpful donations from people like HD. Yep, it helps a lot. So, but yeah, so everybody seems to be like way on Kingsley's butt. Woo, Mama coming in. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Debbie.
She wrote super sticker. She asked me, Okay, now I get why she was asking me about this today. She was asking me how you do this type of stuff. Thank you for the 20 bomb. Thank you.
We got to get one of those air horns.
Yeah. I could add that pretty easy. I just forget. You know,
I'll remind you for next
We could
week.
do like
For Nomragon.
Yeah, nobody. That's
wrong
going to be lost on this
person.
audience. Yeah.
What is it?
Nell's the best, and Bob, you're wrong.
Okay, that's from a different podcast, but
Yep.
still,
They're all
it
from
still
the different
maths up.
podcast. Oh man, but yeah. So I don't think we have anything to worry about with Kingsley, and I think people are overreacting. People are really down on Nazi Johnson, which is weird for me because I thought he looked pretty good. And he's looked good. I mean, I saw him pick off Pat today in camp. Today, Junior.
Today, Junior. I mean, the only thing I kind of lost my train of thought now. I mean, the only thing I can think that people would be down on any of the defensive backs and or safeties in the Cardinals game was just the fact that they were able to pass the ball pretty much with ease. But it was in the middle of the field. It was linebacker territory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, it was across the mid, and yeah, we were. It wasn't like we were running man to man much.
Right. And so whoever our nickelback was at that time, I mean, it wasn't McDuffie, and it wasn't Christian Fulton, who I know that I think they've talked about him doing it. But anyway, it wasn't one of those guys. So that stuff's going to get cleaned up when it's all starters. I'm not too worried. I think the first, the game against the Chargers in Sao Paulo and the game against the Giants, I think some of those things are going to still be present, but it won't be to the level that we saw against the crappy Cardinals. It won't. That was almost completely backups. Chris Jones played like half a snap. Our defensive line is going to look different. That's something that does concern me, is that we can't get pressure without Chris Jones. But Omar Norman Lott is going to be starting right next to him. He's going to need some time to learn and grow into that position and learn from Chris Jones on how to press that line. I'm not concerned about that either. Again, with Spags defenses, they just take some time. Take a little time.
Yeah, well, and I think they were upset at the penalty Nazi Johnson got, but he forced a fumble. Like I don't get.
I think a lot of people are butthurt that we lost the game. Listen, before I did this podcast, I always went into the preseason games with the mindset that this team, the ultimate goal is to win the game, right? I know it's a preseason game, but the ultimate goal is to be able to play a game and win that game. And you want to do that whether it's your backups, your starters, no matter what. So we were always trying to put our best foot forward. But now that I do this, I've learned that is not what Andy Reid cares about. His win-loss record in the preseason is deplorable. He doesn't care.
He has a losing record, and I think it's worse with just the Chiefs. I was trying to pull that stat.
He wants to win the game, but that is the very last thing on his list of priorities. He would
I don't
much
even
rather.
think he cares. Like
I mean, everybody's. When it comes down to it,
to see it. I would love to see it. I guarantee, if he could tie the game with a field goal, but he could win the game with a 10-yard or 5-yard, a 4th and 5 pass, like it's 4th and goal, but it's on
3 seconds left.
It's on the 5. 3 seconds left. Instead of tying it, I bet you he goes for it. Whereas in a game, he would never do that. See what I'm saying? I'm just saying I don't think he really cares.
I don't even think it would come down to that. I don't think it would matter as far as winning, losing the game at that point either. To him, it would be, is kicking the field goal going to give me more information about some of the guys that are lining up versus going for it, and what I'm going to learn about some of those guys that are in that line. The end the end of the game is literally one of those things that if we end up scoring more points, cool. But I don't care. I want to know how these guys are going to work in these situations.
Yep. Yeah, well, I think Nazi, I mean, I definitely love him on special teams. I mean, he's just like, he's always been a beast there. But I think it just comes down to they're not going to work as a total unit without everybody in. Without, like I hate to say it, without Chris Jones and Karlaftis in there, the defensive line isn't working correctly either. Like, so, what are you going to do? But
give Lott some time. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Because Wharton was fine when Chris Jones wasn't in the game. He was much more effective with Chris Jones. But when he had to anchor that line, he was fine. I think Norman Lott has the potential to be better than fine when Chris Jones isn't in the game. We'll have to see. We don't know. Yeah. We don't even know that he can play a full game of snaps without running out of steam.
Well, I'll tell you.
I think he probably will. He wasn't ever really given the chance in college.
Well, I'll tell you, he played
and I don't think
30
they're going to
snaps this last game, almost half of the defensive snaps. I think that's more snaps than he ever got in any of his college games in his final year. I think. I know it's below his average.
Above his average?
It's above his average, yeah. From college. Thanks for the correction. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean Norman Lott played almost 50% of the snaps. Gelati played 48%. So he already played half of the game. And it was interesting because they had him in on a bunch of runs. But at the same time, if you look at the Cardinals run versus the pass, the Cardinals ran 35 attempts, and only threw 25 attempts. So, there wasn't a ton of, like opportunity for him to really get into pass rush,
Well, if his biggest knock is being able to make a full game, that is, again, that's one of my lesser concerns. You can't coach heart, you can't coach speed, but one thing you can coach is cardio. And if it's just a matter of cardio, then it's just a matter of time.
And some say he's gained a little weight. I don't know if that's true, but I had never seen him besides, like, I had never seen him. I had checked out some of his college film. I guess he did. Yeah, I guess. Okay. I'm kind of giving him a little too much credit. Yeah, he did gain a little bit of weight from what I saw his college film, but
that's okay. Warren Sapp was one of the best defensive backs in the NFL history. He was a big old boy.
Or defensive
lineman.
Yeah.
Still.
You said
big
back,
old
though.
boy. Yeah, I did. He would have been the biggest defensive back.
That would have been hilarious. He's like,
I can do it.
I'm in man coverage, baby.
Put me in, coach.
Stop yelling into your mic till you get the thing.
Yeah, my bad.
So yeah, I don't know. What else have you heard? Have you heard anything else that's anybody been down on? I'm trying to think.
Not down on
more.
It. I mean,
everybody's been down on Zappy, but
yeah,
that one's understandable.
Uh-huh. I don't even understand that. I mean, they're gonna put those guys on tape. That's what they're doing. They're just putting some tape out there for other teams to see if they want to pick them up. That's all that is. I think you were right in the last video, though, when you talked about we really should have seen more from the running backs. I mean,
there's a lot of questions there.
I just don't. I think I know what I'm going to get with Hunt. I think I feel like I know what I'm going to get from Pacheco because he did look like he was back.
He looks back.
He does.
Saw him in practice today, and he's just killing the ground with his feet.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. So I wanted to address that too. He still doesn't seem to be like ramming his foot into the ground the way he used to, but I don't think that was necessarily good for his ankles or his knees. The pop was still there, like he still brought his knees up, but instead of pushing down, it looked like he was more pushing forward, which will make him a little bit faster and more fluid. I don't want to see. He's going to kill himself, man. I've got old man knees. I can feel it every time that he does that.
So I've only seen it once he gets past defenders in training camp, and that's when he's killing the ground. And I'm seeing that once again, which, I mean, that's just kind of his style. You know,
Yeah.
you kind of have to, like, you can't really take that from him. But he's getting a lot better at cuts. I don't think he's ever going to be a break a bunch of tackles guy. He never was. I don't think he ever will be. But it looks like his vision's getting a lot better. Now, it is practice. And practice is just better for receivers. Like, you can gauge so much more because the running stuff, they really don't, like, they simulate it, but they don't get those hands in there slowing you down. And it's kind of, the running is kind of vanilla in practice from what I've seen all through
the
training
defenders
camp.
aren't trying to eat their lunch. And in an NFL game, those defenders are trying to eat their lunch.
Yeah, and try to pop the ball out and everything else. So I'm just not sure. You know, what that's gonna.
That's really one of those things that we need to see in the preseason game, though. That, I mean, not to foreshadow, but it's something I was going to bring up about this coming game.
Well, hold that thought though, because we talked about the running back room being a little weird. So first off, let me just go over. You know, we had to put Deion Bush safety on his Achilles is torn. He's out for at least the entire season. He's on he's on IR. And defensive end Shanarius Robinson, who, you know, I think that was the one we got kind of a little bit before OTAs, or maybe it was a little bit before the draft, but he's out, injured reserve. So we signed defensive end Nate Matlack. Now he was formerly at K-State and at Pitt. He's like he's an outside pass rusher. They had him at linebacker, but I think in college he played 3-4. But he's an edge rusher. Yeah, and he was the guy, I believe, that came in for rookie training camp and had that crazy athletic score, like the super crazy athletic score, but just not like just basically a raw athlete. But he had like a super high one. I should have looked that up, but my car broke down today. I didn't have as much time to prepare.
Hey, Witchy.
Hey.
Hi,
BB
crew. I'm over on NH Madness. Is that New Hampshire Madness?
Nope, New Heights.
Oh, New Heights. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's on. I mean,
Got
you
big
can give us
shows tonight.
25 minutes, right? Like it starts in like 25 minutes. But thanks for stopping
thanks
by
for
and
dropping in.
saying hi. And I think we're going with BB Kingdom, the B&B Kingdom. I think for our little group,
Kinda
everybody
fits.
uses crew, but I think BB Kingdom. Although Mel doesn't like BBK.
There's one vote for BB Crew though.
Yeah. So okay, what was I saying there?
You were talking about the raw athletics.
Yeah. So I believe we brought him in, you know, for rookie minicamp, and then he just didn't make it. But the head scratcher is thought maybe, you know, lost a DN, picked up a DN, so you think maybe lost a safety, pick up a safety, right? No.
Makes sense.
They picked up a running back.
Who?
Michael Wiley. He
Oh,
was
that
an
guy's-
undrafted guy. He was undrafted in 2024, played last year with the Commanders on their practice squad. But we added him, and that's weird to me because we've already got all these running backs. I don't understand. So some people are speculating that Smith might be in danger of not making the team. And I'm like, whoa, everybody just switched off of Steele not making the team, and now it's Smith not making the team because this guy comes in. I'm lost, man. Like, I don't know why they picked him up. That is a head scratcher to me. But also, I don't see why. I mean, Smith. Like, I think he did fine. Like, he wasn't amazing, but
we really didn't get to see him in the role that we think that he's fit for.
Yeah, and he only got four tries at running, and it was, in the second half.
Yeah, with the backups of the backups.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does have that finger thing, and he did aggravate his finger, if you remember, in that game.
Yeah.
But it's just a running back with a finger thing, I would think that might hamper his catching ability a little bit, which would suck for Smith specifically. But is that something that you don't make the team for?
I don't know. It seemed weird to me that was even a thought. I mean, he's a 7th round pick that, like, he's not costing us much, so I just don't see that really at all. I don't see him going anywhere, but I could see that maybe the Chiefs are working out a little bit of a strategy to start somebody on, like,
a different position,
PUP list or IR, or unable to perform, or like the 4-week IR to start the season, just to kind of bank more players. Like, that's a Chiefs move. I didn't even think about it, dude. We did our podcast. I didn't even know that the New Heights thing was happening until like a half an hour ago, and I was like, what's the New Heights supposed to be on today? And I was like, oh, it's 7:00 because Travis is going to propose, I'm sure. No, I don't know. But this is the first album she's written that's not about breaking up. It's about being in love and staying in love.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I bet this is a nice, cheery album. People are going to hate it because it's not her hate the boys music.
Either that or it's going to be like the first song's going to be like, see ya later, Travis. I'm out here. But I gotta go. It's a new album. Gotta get some new man.
I don't know. I'm
trying to. That's the only one that I remember. It's the beat.
She's gonna release, or not release, but she's gonna announce her new album on New Heights. But if she's gonna announce it on something that hasn't happened, at least for the next 22 minutes, how does everybody know about it?
It's been all over everything. They even talked to Andy about it.
They've already announced it.
They talked to Andy about it. It is preseason, or his last press conference today, and Andy goes, they're like, are you going to catch that, Andy? And he's like, and he just started laughing. He goes, guys, I'm old. I'm sure my kids will love it. They'll tell me all about it. He's like, I'm happy for him. But he's just like, I don't give a crap. I'm going to be looking over plays. But, so.
I'm sure my daughter will want to. It'll be on my radio a lot.
But yeah, there's worse things. We keep getting on tangents though. What was our we
were talking about Brashard.
Yeah, Smith. Yeah, I still see the 5 that we said making it, and the odd man out that I would say would be the first one out would be Elijah Mitchell. Like, I haven't seen much of him at all in camp doing anything special, anything crazy. I mean, he's the one most likely to get hurt. I mean,
that's such a weird stat. I've never heard that stat about any player ever. He's got a 96% chance. I've never heard a percentage chance put on an injury before this guy ever.
Well, yeah, but I think that those websites that predict that stuff are fairly new, just like PFF and stuff, but where you can actually use AI and stuff to do statistics in a way that you could really pull like actual percent chances of getting hurt based on previous history.
Well, we all know how accurate AI is with statistics, so
it's extremely accurate. Yeah, like one of the most accurate things on Earth. So, Yeah, we're in deep trouble. Like when you have an AI system built to go and do exactly what it's supposed to do, it's unbelievable.
That's why
If you're talking about like something like Chat GPT, then that's a whole different thing.
That's why I say please and thank you to every conversation with AI.
Oh, I don't use AI much. So what else? What else you got? I mean, I don't really have anything else for last game, but I didn't know if
Other than just simmer down, give them a little bit of time. Things are going to be okay.
I mean, I don't think anything matters. We just have to talk about it because it's a show.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the stuff going on matters. I think you need to watch individual performances on individual plays and, go from there and then look at the plays all together. So, like, if you're looking at Kingsley, you're looking at those all 11 snaps that he did, and you're hoping that he's winning 80% of them, 75 to 80, and that's good. That's a good thing, that's what we're trying to find. Like, you look at Sappy, he played, he threw 17 times and completed 8. It's a bad grade. And 2 interceptions, it's a really bad grade. Like, you look at Oladoke, it's okay ish. At least he didn't throw the picks. And Minshew's pretty solid. Like, that's basically with quarterbacks, but I'm cool with that. So injury updates. Hollywood Brown is looking like he's coming back soon. I saw him walking today, wasn't walking with any limp, but he still wasn't practicing.
Yeah, I think his likelihood to play this week is almost none.
Oh, I don't think he's going to play. I mean, even Patrick Mahomes might not play. But we'll talk about that in just a second when we talk about the game. But Jaylen Watson is in concussion protocol. Now, so I did research. We were curious about if you had to have a concussion first before you were actually considered in concussion protocol. Remember on the podcast after? So I looked it up, and as soon as you're suspected to have a concussion, you are then in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can have the concussion all through concussion protocol. And then when you're believed to not have a concussion anymore, you're put out of concussion protocol, and then you're in return to play protocol, which is what I was thinking concussion protocol was. And return to play protocol is where they make sure you don't have a concussion anymore.
Double check one more time.
Yeah, it's basically a double check. And so those are the two protocols. So as soon as someone, like whether it's your team staff or the NFL team staff, like medical team staff, if they say, I think that's a concussion, boom, you're in concussion protocol. Now, if they deem it, you don't have a concussion, you're right out of concussion protocol, and you do not have to go through return to play protocol. Return to play protocol is only when you've positively gotten a concussion.
Okay. So if you're in concussion protocol without a concussion and they figure out, okay, he doesn't have a concussion, then he can return to play. He doesn't have to go on the other list.
Nope. Yep.
Okay.
You only have to go on the other list if you actually sustain a concussion. And then, it could be, there's no set time frame. I had my first concussion this last year. That was not fun. You don't really know what that's like until you've had it.
I'm pretty sure I had one. I was playing backyard football with a bunch of people from a restaurant I used to work at, and I took a massive hit, and I was donged out of that game. I never went to the doctor. I just, whatever, drank a little bit that night and got over it. But
well, then you didn't have one then. So I had a slight concussion, and for 5 days straight, anytime I would lay down or get up from laying down. Now, it would happen a little bit when I'd get up from sitting down, but if I was laying down horizontal or went to lay down horizontal, I would spin for about 10 to 15 seconds, almost as if you were like super, super drunk. Like I haven't been that drunk in years, but I remember what it was like when you'd lay your head down and just start spinning. That's what it was like having a concussion. It happened for a good 10 to 15 seconds and then stop. And then you could lay there for an hour or 5 minutes. But the second you got up, boom, another 10 to 15 seconds of just spinning. Like, so if you got over it in a night, that was definitely not a concussion. Because mine was a mild slight. So that made me go, holy crap, what these guys in the NFL get are absolutely nuts. Like, they probably don't always get that bad of one, but like, oh, I still just think about that and really feel for them. Okay. And then Ethan Driscoll, offensive tackle, is dealing with an ankle injury, and we're not sure if he's going to play. Rashee Rice could potentially play this preseason game. He was back to practice this week. I saw him catching balls today. Looked good. Was Ethan Driscoll the one that had the most snaps? No, that was Hanson. Sorry. I've just been looking at all. It's so funny how many players played, because you have this 90-man roster. It's just such a huge number compared to what I'm used to looking on the play sheet with. Yeah, so we're basically good. Like, if you look at the Bills, they've got like 25 people on their injury list, and we're sitting with like, I guess we did lose 2 to injured reserve, but active players, we don't have much.
Christian Fulton, he's got that knee injury. He was activated from the PUP list last week.
Yeah, and he should be playing in this coming up game.
You think he'll play?
I think so.
Was he out there today?
He's been in practice all week, so I think he has a definite chance to play. But yeah, let's start talking about the game, because Andy Reid came out and said he's sitting a ton of starters.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that. The last I heard, it was the same old, I'm going to play the starters for the first quarter line that we get every preseason game. So
he came out today and said that a ton of starters aren't going to play because he wants to see what the other guys have before basically the dress rehearsal, because they'll basically treat the third game like a real game. At least that's what Joe Blameyer told me today when I got to talk to him at camp finally.
So, all right, well, do you want to talk about some of the starters that we think are going to be out, or like Josh Simmons, for instance? I'd like to see him play.
I would
Not just
too.
because I want to see him play, but I think he needs that experience.
Yeah, I do too. And it sounds like him and Kingsley might not even play.
Well,
yeah, sounds like the whole line might not even play. Like Humphrey. I mean, it might be. So you have
to consider that when you're evaluating. If Minshew plays, you got to consider that when he sucks and he has crappy numbers for the game, you got to consider that when Zappy sucks even worse.
Yep, nobody will, but
no,
you do have to do it. But armchair coaches are not going to do that. You're like, oh,
yep,
Minshew sucked it up this week. Just imagine what Zappy's going to do. But he said Patrick just might not even play.
The only reason that I think that he should play is just because every minute that he has on the field with his starting line and his starting receivers is chemistry. It's just adding to chemistry.
I know. I that's what makes us so better. But
I don't think he necessarily needs it. But I'd like to see Minshew with the starting line.
Yeah, I'd like to see, I mean, for sure, Simmons, Kingsley. Like, yeah, you could you could rest, Jawan Taylor, Creed, and Trey Smith, have them on the sideline. Like, that's no big deal, Like, I'd be okay with that, but it's a little weird, I think, to take Kingsley and Simmons out. I really, really, really hope that they get more playing time, but Patrick Mahomes most likely isn't going to play at all. And then I bet you Pacheco and Hunt might not even play because they're going to evaluate these other running backs. Rashee Rice, I hope plays because he didn't play in last week's game, but that might be the only reason he's playing. Worthy might not play.
But then do I want to see Rice out there without Mahomes?
That'd be interesting.
I mean, it'd be interesting. It'd be nice to get him a little bit of play time, but he's probably the receiver that I think is the most solid. And we haven't even really seen him yet.
Almost for sure won't see Kelce.
That I understand.
Yep.
I get that one.
But we'll see, good amount of Bassa, who played 64% of snaps in the game. Bassa was a stud, dude.
Did very well.
Yeah.
He was the only linebacker.
Yep.
It really did.
Bassa
well.
was awesome. But it's going to be a kind of a weird game. Are you even going to be able to make it over here for the game, or we didn't even talk about that?
We'll talk about that after we're done here.
Yep, and then we're going to the game the week after.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
HT Chiefs. Well, I'm going to the game.
Yeah. I really want to. We'll see what happens.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, what are some things that we can look for, see how, Jaylen Moore does across the line at different positions.
That'll be
we'll
good.
Get to see.
It's just sad to hear that the starters won't be playing because we only got a chance to see the starting offense for 4 plays. It was great.
Plays.
It was 3 plays. Yeah, 3
Wasn't
plays.
it just
Whatever
3?
it was. Whatever. Yeah,
Pacheco
3 or 4
ran,
plays.
Pass interference, touchdown.
And
Maybe it was
touchdown,
4.
yeah. Either way, we did not get to see them very much. And this offensive line, though I'm not worried about it, there is some new pieces in place, and they need to gel. They need to have time to play with each other, all 5 of them together. They don't work as individuals. They only work as a team.
Yeah, it's really, but this is their last chance. They have to cut. You have to think about it. They have to cut so many people. So I think the people that are going to get the most play time are possibly, I think
the guys that are
rookies are going to get a lot of play time. I think that's going to happen, but I don't think they're on the fence. But I think all the guys on the fence are going to get a ton of play time, and that's what they have to. That's what they have to look for, because they have to. What do they have to cut down to? Ooh, I forget that.
When is the 53-man cut?
I think that's right after preseason game 3. That's what I'm trying to look up now. If chat could help us out, that'd be cool too. When that's the roster.
August 27th, which would Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday after that last game of ours.
Yeah, but is it? So wait, they don't do the the thing anymore? Didn't they used to do the cut where it would cut down to 70 some players, and then it would cut down to 53? Oh, that might have changed. Is that a new rule? Yeah. Okay. That's a new rule. So that's the August 27th is the final cut date, as opposed to previous years. There's no more staggered cuts, and then they used to do staggered cuts. So now they have to cut everybody at once. So that's why. So he's got.
They don't have to. They could cut guys early.
He's got one. So that's interesting. So the strategy's changed then, and that's why. So instead of having 4 games to evaluate and staggered cuts, where you can kind of cut guys and then
Focus.
you can focus in. Now they have to just. That's why he's playing all these backups, because they have to cut them all. After the preseason week 3, and they're going to use the preseason week 3, at least like the first two quarters, as a actual, like dress rehearsal.
You think we're going to get a full half of starters next week?
I don't know that for sure, but I know. So I talked to Joe Blameyer today. I finally got to talk to him, and we talked for a bit after practice, and he said they're going to go to Seattle, and then he just mentioned that, when they get back, they'll start preparing for week 3, which they will treat like a real game.
Okay.
So that makes me think it's going to be 2 quarters, maybe even 3 quarters, because it used to be preseason week 3 was the dress rehearsal, and that's when you got like 3 quarters of the, starters. And so I think that's the game we're supposed to go to. It's going to be a good preseason game to go to. But yeah, that's interesting. I had not factored that in about that rule change, because that's very different now. Can't remember if that was in last year or not. I don't think it was. What did it say?
I feel like last year.
I think last year might have been the first year. It was, yeah. Because it looks like 23. Yeah, it looks like it changed in 23. So I think last year was the first year they did that. I just didn't realize that. It kind of just went over my head. Okay, well, that makes sense that no stars are going to play. Now, I can't really dog him for. I want to see Simmons and everybody in there, but
yeah, just especially because the new additions to the offensive line. If we didn't have 2 guys starting in positions for us for the first time on the left side of the line, then I would yeah. I guess saying I would be more understanding is kind of dumb to say, because who am I? But
see,
it just would have been nice.
If they're gonna play 3 quarters in the in the third game, then I get it. Like, I get doing this. I guess I can't knock it.
They also could be seeing enough growth from these guys and gelling, on the training field to just feel confident that they're going to be okay if they don't get to play together this week.
I mean, they've looked good in practice, but it's training camp, and
yes, it's a whole
like
different...
that was what Matt Derrick was saying to me today. Training camp, there could be a whole separate Hall of Fame for just training camp people that never worked out.
Sky Moore would make that.
No, training camp people that never worked out. He wasn't ever flashing in training camp, to my knowledge.
I thought he was last season.
No, not that I know of. He always does good in the slot, but then can't do everything else. Like, I'm pretty sure if Sky Moore went to another team that just played him as a slot wideout, he'd probably do just fine. It's just Andy expects all of all of his receivers to do everything, and lots of coaches don't expect that. So, yeah, I think he would be. I think he'd be like. I think he should have done it earlier. When he still had some street cred. Like, now, it'd be really hard. Like, especially if he would have done it before training camp and got into somebody else's camp, he might have had a much better chance. But
I wish him all the luck in the world.
yeah,
on 31 different teams.
Hold your breath, because You know, we'll see if he makes it. Like, he can still make the team.
I'm aware.
But yeah,
Try to block it out.
but everything, like, camp ended today. They did the salute to service, which was cool. They go and they sign a bunch of stuff for all the guys and
That's very
all the
cool.
military camp. But I thought they were gonna do like the national anthem or something like that, like the whole color guard thing. But they didn't do any of that. We were kind of just sitting there like, okay, I guess they're not gonna do that. So yeah, that was. I wish I would have brought my dad because military got 30% off everything in the shop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, if you get a jersey for a little over $90, but didn't think to do that. I'm interested to see the corners play a lot. I'm wanting to see Fulton, but there's no really like, usually we'd give like keys to victory and stuff like that, and like keys to watch, but there isn't any. Like there's I can't even believe Vegas has a betting line on these games.
We talked about that last week. I
Yeah.
don't know how they come up with the betting lines, not knowing what the coaches are going to do. They don't even do what they say they're going to do. They said a quarter last week, and we got to see him for a quarter of a minute.
Yeah,
It was. I don't know how they can do betting. I don't know how they can make money on preseason football, but leave it to Vegas.
I expect to see a lot from receivers like Tyquan Thornton, like maybe your fair share of Sky Moore, maybe your fair share of Brownlee, maybe your fair share of, Elijah Badger. I think Jake Brittingschool has no chance of making the team now.
At this point, yeah.
Unless they can somehow just throw him on IR and stash him or something. Like, I just don't see how. I mean, he's been hurt. He's been out now for, I think, he was out for the last 14 days of training camp. So that's a little bit of a bummer for a lot of people that were really high on him.
The only thing that concerns me about seeing Tyquan out there a lot, and Jaylen Royals is probably, well, as a rookie he'll probably get some playing time, is we're going to see a whole lot of Bailey Zappi throwing the ball. So
Yeah.
what do you really expect from Tyquan and
Hopefully
Royals?
we get like 2 quarters of Gardner, but I don't think we will either. I think it's going to be a Zappi and Oladukin.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
the majority of the game.
I mean, what's the chances of either Oladukin or Zappi making the team as the backup over Minshew? I think it's practically 0%. So
Yeah.
if you know what you got, you know that those guys are going to be on the team, and that's the whole purpose of this second game of the preseason, is to evaluate the guys that may or may not make it. Then I don't think we're going to see Minshew very much either.
Yeah, and Oladukin would be a great stash on our practice squad. It's just a running quarterback that could help us prepare weeks before we play a running quarterback.
Hey,
Brian
what's up,
showed
Brian?
up. We're
see you, buddy.
We're towards the end, Brian. We didn't really. I meant to have this up a whole lot earlier, but my car broke down today, and I didn't get to do the notes or anything until about an hour before the podcast. So yeah, I should have been home at noon, and I got home at about 4:30.
But everything for the preseason, everything is just different. We've had to do these things at different times, so once we get into the season, we'll have a much better schedule and idea of.
We're gonna shoot for Thursday nights to do the pre-game show, and then we're gonna, do. But take it easy, Brad.
Thanks for stopping in, buddy.
We're I don't know what CR group is.
I don't know. I didn't want to sound stupid because when Witchy came in and said New Age, I guessed New Hampshire. So
CR
credit reporting.
Craig, maybe it's that Craig guy he likes. I forget his last name. Maybe it's that Craig guy. Yeah. I have no clue. Maybe Brian will tell us in the the comments when he comes back. But we're gonna shoot for Thursday nights for the pregame one. But sometimes we're playing Thursday nights. We're gonna do one after the games, but those games are all over the place.
Yeah, just know that we'll be on within an hour.
Yeah.
Of after every game.
For instance, this game Friday is starting at 9 p.m.
9 o'clock. Yeah.
I mean, this is just nuts. So yeah, so it's gonna be all over the place. But plan to do, like a news deal, and kind of game recap and thoughts of like what we did good, what we did bad type of deals. Kind of like we released yesterday. Try to get that out the day after the games. Is what I'm kind of shooting for. But
that's ambitious, buddy.
Yeah, I mean it might just be that those turn into just being me, because I can do it the day after, but hopefully not. We'll just have to see. But we're gonna have to work out a lot of logistics for this going forward. But we're gonna be all over the place for a bit with the after shows, and yeah, the Thursday night ones will probably be the one staple. But we'll see how everything goes. We'll see just what all stuff we can put out, and yeah, that'll be basically, that'll be basically what we got going on. I still kind of want to do more of those Legends videos, but those are really for like the off season. We're gonna have our hands so full with everything here.
It's almost like we got so into doing those that it's like, man, how are we gonna fit those in? But we were doing those because we were trying to. We were worried that we were gonna. We were worried we weren't going to have enough content to do one every week, maybe even every 2 weeks, and we've remained busy during the off season. I think we're going to have to just put a pause on those Legends videos until next season.
Yep, and we're going to be nuts busy through this, and just hopefully you guys are able to catch some of them live. If you don't catch them live, catch them afterwards and leave a comment and help us out.
Love the comments. Please leave the comments.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm kind of done talking about. I mean, we just had a podcast just 2 days ago or whatever. So it's just like, well, I guess it was Saturday, but there just hasn't been a whole ton happening. And we can talk about the country singer, but I think we said enough about that in our video.
Let's not give him
any. That? Yeah. I don't even know who the guy was until we saw the what's it called?
Terry Bailey says, wife says Bob sounds like Sylvester Stallone. LOL.
What you talking about?
Good job, gentlemen. Yo, Adrian.
Adrian. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. I told you I normally get Bob's Burgers, and it's the same voice actor that does Bob's Burgers and Archer. It's the one I usually get told. But I talked like Matthew McConaughey when I lived in L.A. in 2005. But I think that's just because they weren't used to hearing people from the Midwest. Because I don't think I talk like I don't think I can even do McConaughey. Got to curl your R's, Got to curl your R's a little bit. I still think I do it, but just let it roll off your tongue. Yeah. I've never tried to do that. I shouldn't try to do that ever again. But yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what the Seahawks have too, though. I guess there is that. There no DK Metcalf, no Tyler Lockett, no Geno Smith. I'm just interested to see what the heck, but they're probably going to be doing the same thing, playing all backups. So I guess I'm not really excited about that either. So
this is probably going to be the most boring game this season to try to evaluate, but we will do our best, and hopefully we see some good stuff from some backups.
Well, I think that's it for me talking about Chiefs. But if you want to take a little, 5-10 minutes, just kind of talk about our week, because we've been trying to keep that towards the end for. Trying to get more people to tune into the podcast, and nobody wants to tune in and hear about our lives.
How about the story about running? Because you've run into Joe Blameyer a few times at the dog park.
Yeah.
So how
yeah.
did that go down at the practice? Did you flag him down, and how did that go? What's the story?
So I know Rick Burkhalter, and I was gonna try to before I decided to support my wife's career and move all over, Colorado for a few years. I was looking into possibly getting a job in the IT department at the Chiefs organization, and Rick Burkhalter was going to. Your breathing's coming through your mic for some reason. That's weird. Maybe back up a little bit.
Stop breathing.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. So I had Rick's email. So I just reverse engineered it with the same email. What's it called? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah, the extension or
scheme?
whatever. Yeah,
like the scheme. And so
you
I'm
find
not gonna,
out the at and then the server or whatever.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to tell anybody the naming scheme, but I
Right.
just changed the naming scheme for Joe's name. And I was like, hey, don't know if this is going to find you, but we met at the dog park a couple times, chatted. And I've been at training camp, and I've been yelling Joe, but I can't seem to get your attention. I'd love to just say hi, get a picture or something, and which I got a picture, but
Yes.
but yeah, he just gave me a cell, and so we've just been texting back and forth now. So I just texted him that I was there, and he got to meet my mom, and was tickled to hear about her. Used to be a chief vet and all that, and we talked, I don't know, 20 minutes after 25 minutes, something like that after practice. And we're supposed to play golf after the season. But yeah, I'd say Joe's a buddy now. He's gonna text me when he's able to make it out to the dog park, maybe meet up and chat. But yeah, I mean, we just chat easy. Like, it just comes easy. Like, he's super, football smart, and I just love to learn what he has to say and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was super cool to talk to him, and I hope he does, get a hold of me and talk. Of course, he's never going to tell me any insider things. You know what I mean? Like, he tells me the same stuff he would tell the media. Like, but he's just. And even if he did tell me any insider things, and even if Rick might have told me them in the past, I would never say it on the podcast, and I would never even tell you, like, it's same thing with normal people, buddies. Like, if you tell me something, I'm not going to tell, anybody. It's just kind
it's
of
not my business.
Yeah, it's just kind of how I am, so. Like, if I did want to know something on the record, I'd say on the record or something. But I mean, he's just a cool guy to talk to, and he's one of the guys we owe a lot of our success to. He's going in his 9th or 10th year with the Chiefs, and he's been part of all of those offenses that have been dominant in the past, and I think they're coming back to dominance.
Let's hope.
What's wait, I thought Brian was doing something with some CR group.
Yeah, well,
What is a CR group, Brian?
Y'all get in the chat, step up and challenge these guys. Now's the time. Get some. That's how he wrote it. Get some.
Oh, wait, did he say it here?
No, this is on Monday though. We're gonna check out
Monday.
Open Doors Group Monday.
You keep losing me, Brian. But yeah, that's I mean, I don't know. We just he's
That's my
basically
boy.
my same age.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you, buddy.
But yeah, just chat well, and then got to meet Matt and Derek. That was another cool thing at camp. Camp was just chill today, super chill. Pat and Kelce, I got some footage of it. I would have got home earlier. I was gonna put all my footage together and have it playing this whole podcast, but car blew up, so I got a cool rental car though, so we're going in style tomorrow to Hardy. But yeah,
Yeah, I looked that up today.
It's I had a real cool day until about 12:30 when luckily I got home though. We went luckily I got my mom home and didn't have to rent a car out there and have my car worked on out there. I did just get the bill. It's going to be $1,000. That's great. So I just hopefully it's done before Monday because that's when the rental car's done. But and that was another $200. So it's just been
Your insurance
that part of the day's been run. No, I got Geico. But I don't know. Maybe I should check. I guess I don't know, but I have the cheapest car insurance. We may dedicate Friday's game to Sky Moore. Reed will get a good look at him. Right? See you later. Let's hope so.
Thanks for dropping in, Terry.
Yeah, let's hope so. I don't know.
I just don't want to. Yeah, I feel like we've banged that drum to death. The Sky Moore thing.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, if he makes it, then it's just.
I will not wear a Sky Moore jersey, ever. I will never have a Sky Moore jersey.
If Sky Moore got 500 yards receiving this year, would you get his number tattooed on your ass?
Yeah, let's do it. Yep.
Really?
Absolutely.
Somebody
wants to foot that bill?
Even with another team?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Oh,
sure.
Man.
Sure.
He's had, I think, is it 499 or 500? It's his
career high?
No, it's his career stats.
Oh, his total career?
494 yards is his career stats on 43 receptions.
I feel fairly
1
confident.
TD. Poor guy, man. Poor guy. He didn't have one stat last year. Not one catch. Nothing.
Yeah. He had some targets.
Did he? I don't even know if he had targets.
He had targets.
Is that here? Did he? I don't even remember him in games last year besides
feel
just
pretty confident he had targets last year.
Man, I don't even know. Okay, he had 3 targets last year. And he only played 6 games. Yeah.
So he had at least targets, 3 games with no targets.
Yeah. When you say targets, I think at least 15, 10, 15. But yeah, 3 targets. Wow.
If he did better with those 3 targets, he might have had more than 3 targets.
Maybe.
Of course, we don't know. I mean, Mahomes had problems with the line all last year, especially the left tackle position. So maybe they were bad throws.
Jesus says hi.
Hello, Jesus.
Huh? No, we're about done here.
Terry said, I'm a Rico Remigio fan, but who knows if he makes the team this season. He's a great.
Well, that's what he wrote. Okay.
He is a great return guy.
Yeah, he is. It's just the problem is just
he's too short to be a really effective receiver.
Well, and he is really effective in the slot, just like Moore. But Andy expects him to do everything. I still think Nico has a good chance of making the team, but Jason Brownlee and Elijah Badger and even Jimmy Holiday are really making a case to not do it. And Rashard Smith is catching every punt now. He caught everyone today in practice.
That sucks, man. I wanted Nico to make this team so bad last year, and I really do this year too.
Yeah,
really
he misses those he misses those outside passes a lot, and he doesn't miss anything else. Anything shorter to the sideline, he's picking up, but it isn't quite fair. But with the reason that Tobe just really might be able to pound the table for him is because kickoffs are going to be very important this year. They're going to be. It's going to be a game-changing difference. I mean, And yeah, it's going to be all kinds of different. And
Well, hopefully that'll be the caveat to get Nico back up, because he is a great. He had one return for 48 yards. That's if he can average 40 to 50 yards
and last year,
per return. Hello.
Yeah, last
This is
year,
the guy.
in the last 3 games of the season, he got shout outs by everybody in the national media and everything. So it'd be nice to see him get some stuff. But we really don't. I mean, I'm going to take him a dog. Speaking of the dog park, I'm going to take him as a dog park. There's not a whole ton to talk about. These pre-shows, I think, will be a lot more satisfying once we have things to talk about. But this is literally a box of chocolates. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. Like, it could be an exciting game to watch. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm hoping to see exciting things for the guys that we like.
Yeah.
Let's see Nico run one back to the house and secure his spot. You know what I mean? Let's see that. Let's see Tyquan Thornton get a huge one-hander. Let's see Bobby Tanyan catch one in the back of the end zone. Let's see, let's see some cool stuff. If not, let's see some cool defense. Let's see our line get to people without Chris Jones and Karlaftis. Let's see, let's just hope for something cool. Jesus followed you in the chat. Well, I'm a good friend with Jesus.
I drank a beer with a guy named Jesus when on my cruise down in Grand Cayman. Yeah.
Was he the Jesus?
He was so
I am the
drunk.
Jesus.
He's like, just buy me a beer. All right. We bought him a beer.
All right, well, guys,
I don't think he was the real one, though.
I think we're out of here for it today. Yeah, no injuries. That's the biggest one. That's a good one. We'll end it on that, knock it on wood, and we'll see you guys after the game Friday night. Gonna be late. Later, guys.
Yeah. Later. Thanks for dropping in, everybody.
Yep. It's kind of a low energy show today, unfortunately. You had to keep low energy just so you don't blow out your mic, but maybe we'll have that fixed by game time. Let's see. Although I don't know.
We're busy tomorrow.
I don't know if you'll be here or not. It is late to be here. We'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.